Hi and welcome to another Type With Me. In today's video I want to show you how you can use AI assistance with the DevTools as a superpower in your day-to-day web development journey. For that I created a HTML page with card and a script that will have some surprises for you, and we have some styling, right? So if we open up the browser, you will see that we will get some sort of this, right? And then what you could do is you could go here to the three dots, pick AI assistant, and then you get this. How can I help you, right? Then you can, for example, select this one and then ask, can you explain this HTML part? Question mark. Why is this on the page? And then the AI asks, and the selected HTML element is a div with a class card. Based on its content and its child elements, it appears to represent a card component on the page. The H1 likely serves as a heading, and the P as descriptive text, and the button as an interactive element. The presence of padding suggests internal spacing within the card. The fact that it's a div with a class like card and contains these elements is a common pattern for structuring content into distinct visual separate sections. It's positioned and displayed properties static and block indicates it's part of the normal document flow. So I think it's great to really learn a little bit how pages are constructed. So what we now could do is, can you give the H1 title drop shadow question mark. This drop shadow needs to be light and focus the shadow on the bottom, something like that. You'll see he understands it. You can say continue, and then you see here we go, make the text shadow less aggressive. It provides you with something, and then you can further interact with it and adapt it, right? Another thing what we could do is click on this and you see we get a JavaScript error. And we can now here go to here and say there is a JavaScript error when I click the button. Can you fix this? Mark. Then we need to let him know what we found. So it cannot directly change it, but it gives you a little bit of a direction and also some kind of explanation on how to fix the JavaScript bugs. So it could be helpful as well, right? And then indeed we can go straight into our HTML document again, and like he said, certain things were not defined. So what we've got right here is and that is indeed not defined, so we need to define that variable somewhere. So we need to locate the code there, and we need to then fix it like that. Can you give me an answer more? Can you give me a short answer on this? Is not defined means the JavaScript function that is being called when you click the button cannot be found. You need to check your JavaScript code to make sure this function is correctly defined and accessible in the scope where it's been called. And then here we see the things that are not being defined. It does be intentionally, right? So what we then could do here is say const my defined function equals, and then we just define it. And like the AI was saying, he could not make a change towards the page for JavaScript. So in my opinion, it's better to ask certain things on the page and then maybe adapt CSS. I think it's a very good one to help you find adjustments in your design on your HTML page. I think that's great, and it's sometimes not easy to change the CSS or find great CSS rules to fix certain things, and I think in that regard the AI assistant in the DevTools is great. So last thing that I want to try out is actually here, go back towards elements, right? And here I can go to styles, and maybe here try to ask can you explain all the CSS styles on .card class? It's not always that kind of easy, because indeed what you need to do is the user wants an explanation of all the CSS styles applied to the elements with the class.card. I need to retrieve all computed CSS styles for the selected element and then explain what each relevant property does in the context of a card component. I'll focus on properties that significantly affect layout and appearance. Right, I say continue, you can do that. And then here you have it. You have asked for an explanation of all the CSS styles, and then he says, hey, this sets the background color of the card to white. It's very common style for card components. Then here a little bit like these properties give the corner of the card, and this is the explanation of the body shadow and how this affects the complete page, right? So that's that. So it's really cool. I think it's nice to just play around with it. Keep in mind that it's still very experimental. You see here the experiment icon. So it's not final. Google is still looking into it, how they can improve the AI assistants in DevTools, but I think it's a great addition and I like it. I already used it in my day-to-day job and find some tricky things with CSS and also learned from it, because I think it's a great tool to just have some kind of a superpower to learn quickly on new stuff, ask him questions and go ahead with that. So I hope you also can learn with that, ask the AI questions and use it as a superpower. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and see you next time.